Welcome back, you beautiful fucks. It's me, Danny. And today we have a great video, as always, because it's one of the final videos. It is technically the final video of me doing these overview kind of reviews of different figures that I have throughout my collection. We started all the way back with the 1954 Godzillas, and here we are now at the end of the Monsterverse, where we're just looking at a few Titans that I have, okay? A few of the Kaiju from the Monsterverse. You might be confused right now, because wait a minute, that's not one. That's just a painted, whatever the fuck that Gabra Baragon hybrid from Singular Point is. I've done a few videos on these. This is my quotes around the word custom Methuselah. It did not turn out that good. This is my custom Tiamat. But yeah, my Methuselah still needs a bit of work, and I definitely should get on that because I don't think we're ever going to get a Methuselah figure due to legal reasons. Thanks, petty whatever company is suing Legendary over the design of a rock kaiju. Anyway, my Tiamat actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that. Although we are getting an official Tiamat figure, so that's great. Although I would also love a Tiamat that comes from, or based off the design of the Godzilla Dominion comic, because I really do enjoy that design. In fact, I think I prefer it. This right here I did a video on too. That was my custom Camazotz, which I'm pretty proud of as well, especially with the feathering around the neck. It's obviously based off a Gauss figure. Now we're getting into some official figures here, though. Let's get away from the customs, okay? And yes, I know the Skullcrawler is not technically a Titan. It is a Salamander, okay? Salamanders exist in the Monsterverse, and they're huge and violent. But I'm still going to throw it in, because it's still technically a Kaiju, okay? You know, Kaiju, big monsters, all right? Doesn't matter if you're a Titan or not, all right? And the Skullcrawler is definitely a Kaiju. And this is the Haya one, and it looks very good. I did an unboxing of it. I'm very happy with it. I haven't really put it in any kind of cool pose, though. You know, I've just been so... I need to do more photography with my figures. This right here, though, this was the first Skullcrawler figure. Well, no, let me take that back. We had the smaller ones that came out with the Kong Skull Island set, but this is Playmate's first Skullcrawler and only Skullcrawler. And this figure came out with the Godzilla vs. Kong wave, and it was very hard to find. I was lucky enough to find two, and I have one still in the box. Those were the only two I ever saw, and I have no idea why they have not re-released this figure. This is Skull Devil, obviously with the red paint, but there's opportunity. They could have really first of all, they should have just re-released this one, and they still should, based off just that same mold, same paint. But they really should also just get rid of the red part, make it all gray and light gray to make it look like the Skullcrawlers from Kong Skull Island. Because it's pretty much the same exact mold, minus the little horns or, I don't know, hooks on his elbow. I don't know why they haven't done that. It seems like the dream of any toy company is just to take the same mold and repaint it and sell it again. And they could have done that, but they have not. Maybe they will in the future, but they're sleeping on that. This also came out with the Godzilla vs. Kong wave. This is the Warbat, and it's the only Warbat figure we have in this scale. I'm looking at my minifigure set in front of me, and there is a Warbat minifigure, but this is the only 6-inch one we have. There was never a Movie Monster series or anything like that. I'm hoping Haya does one, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of this Playmates Warbat. I think the tail, the design of it, causes it to warp over time because of the weight of the top half, trying to be supported by the small tail. Yes, I know Doug is on screen right now. I'm not talking about him. We don't really need to talk about him. We know about him. He's great. It's a very nice inclusion to the Monsterverse toy line. But the Warbat, I'm really hoping gets, redeemed in figure form. I'm just not a big fan of the Warbat figure. I also don't like how the battle damage looks really bad on it, even when you have it covered up, and the hooks on it to where you can bend the wings. It just looks like I'm not a fan of it. I'm not happy to have it because, again, it's the only one we have, but I hope it gets redeemed, and maybe Haya will do it. If they can do a Skull Devil, I have a feeling they'll do a Warbat. But we're moving on, okay? Doug, he was cool. That's great. But now we're looking at the Mutos, okay? And this is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Male Muto. And I've heard some people say it's like a mixture of both the female and male. I don't see it. I think it's mainly just the male. Now, he's a bit oversized for what he should be. But it's still a very nice figure, in my opinion. I don't think I have the tag for it, though. Oh, okay. So, big fan of the Movie Monster Series one, but this one right here, this is part of a 2-set, okay, that are probably some of my favorite figures I have in my collection, okay. So this is the male Muto again. These are the Bandai premium figures, and they look great. Spoiler, I have the female that we'll look at in a second too. This one looks great. They have some pretty still basic articulation, but the detail and the paint is much better than your standard Movie Monster series. Now they were a bit pricier, you know. It just does come with a cost. You know, the Movie Monster series one was probably about like $30 when that came out. This 2-pack was $250. Now I was very fortunate. I did not get these when they first came out. Here's the female, which looks fantastic. Let me just say that off the bat. Again, great detail, great paint, great articulation, just fantastic. Some of my favorite stuff here. I was very fortunate because I did not get these when they came out. I missed it. It was one of those buyer's regret, something like that. You know what I mean, where you just regret not buying something. And I was like, oh, I should have got these when they came out because the aftermarket was terrible for these. They were insanely overpriced. Fast forward, a story. I'm not going on a tangent here. Some other Monsterverse figures came out from Playmates, and I had picked up a few, and someone on Facebook messaged me because they're from the area, and I posted them on a Facebook group, and he said, hey, are you willing to buy some of those Monsterverse Playmate figures for me, put them on hold? You know, I'll come by, I'll be back home, I'm like out studying or something. I'll hold on, if you can hold on to them, I'll pay you back. I'll be back in like a month. And I did. I offered that. He seemed like a nice guy, so I did that for him. A month later, gave him the figures. Don't worry, we'll get into this in a second, okay? I held on to his figures. Fast forward again, and kind of long story short, even though I'm still going on, he ended up later on down the road selling those Muto 2-packs, the Bandai Premium ones. And I messaged him about it, and he was selling them for retail, the $250. And I definitely jumped on it. I was like, dude, I can put down a little bit of money now. I'll pay you the rest back later because it was not a pay week for me. And he said, dude, like, I remember you. You did me a favor. I'm going to do you a favor. I'll hold on to these for you, and I'll give you a discount. I only had to pay $230 for them. And I was very happy about that. So shout out to that guy. Forget his name, but very nice guy. I hope he's living a great life. I know he went on to collect X Plus figures. So I hope his collection is growing well. But yeah, this right here, this is the Queen Muto. This is also another like prized possession of my collection because it's a custom sculpted figure from, I forget what, like Taiwan. The sculptor she did like a limited run of these, and they scale well with the NECA and the SH Monster Arts, and it looks very good. And I'm very happy. It's definitely the most expensive figure I probably bought, but it was well worth it to have it because she did a phenomenal job. And her packaging was amazing. It came in like a wooden box filled with foam, and like, yeah, it was great presentation, great shipping, and great service. I was very happy about it, and I'm very happy to have it still. And if you're confused, the Queen Muto was the one from King of the Monsters that makes a quick appearance. Anyway. This right here is also, okay, some of these Titans are just some of my favorite figures I have. This is the YMSF, I almost said Big Tooth. What the fuck is going through my head? This is the YSMF, what? See, I'm slipping up. This is Behemoth, okay, from YMSF, okay. This figure is great. Now you're wondering, the hordes are falling off, okay. Yes, they came that way. He had them attached. I was hot gluing them. Hot glue did not work for me. I think we have to super glue them. I just have not got on it yet, so they keep falling off. But when they're in there, they look great, and I'm very happy to have this figure. All these figures are pretty good, except for the Warbat. It just deserves better. Okay, it just deserves better. I know it's not the greatest Titan in the Monsterverse, but you know, I feel like it can make a fantastic figure. So, or statue from Haya too, because they have their statue line as well. It just needs a little redemption. That's all. All right, guys. So that is it. Again, if you're watching this, I'm probably in Puerto Rico. I said that in my last video. There probably won't be any videos next week just because of my vacation. I'll be back in time, but I'll probably be too tired, and you know, I'm just not gonna make that promise. But yeah, wish me safe travels, and I hope you all enjoyed all these videos. I have to figure out what I'm doing next with this channel. Obviously, I'm still gonna make figure videos, but now that there's not many figures, I've gone through my collection now. It might not be as frequent when I upload. We'll see what happens. I have some ideas to keep this channel going, and obviously when new figures come out, I'm definitely going to talk about those, you know, reviews, unboxings, and all that. So there's still more to come. Anyway, guys, I hope you all take care, and I'll see you all next time.